everyone, my name is Regina Mar from Psych 1A. For today's lessons, I will show you the anatomical movement. First, let's define the anatomical movement.
As the act or instance of moving the bodily structures or as the change of position in one or more of the joints of the body.
Anatomical movement has so many types, like abduction, circumduction, and flexion, and etc. Abduction and adduction. Motions occur within the coronal plane. It moves limb laterally away from the midline of the body, while adduction is opposing movement that brings the limb toward the body or across the midline. Next is flexion and extension. Are the movements that take place within the sagittal plane and involves the anterior or posture movements of the body or limbs. Circumduction is the movement of body region in a circular manner in the which one end of the body region being moved stays relatively stationary while other end describe a circle. Rotation can occur the vertebral column at a pivot joint or at the ball and socket joint. Supination and pronation. Supination and pronation are movements of the forearm. Dorsiflexion and plantar flexion are movements of the ankle joint, which is a hinge joint, lifting the front of the foot so that the top of the foot moves towards the anterior leg. Dorsiflexion, lifting the heel of the foot from the ground or pointing the toes downward is plantar flexion. Protraction and retraction are anterior-posterior movements of the scapula or mandible. Protraction of the scapula occurs when the shoulder is moved forward as when pushing against something. Retraction is the opposite motion with scapula being pulled posteriorly and medially. Depression and elevation. Depression and elevation are downward and upward movement of the scapula or mandible. The upward movement of the scapula and shoulder is elevation, while the downward movement is depression. Opposition. Opposition is the thumb movement that brings the tip of the thumb in the contact with tip of a finger.